Have you ever tried baking a cake and it just completely flops? You follow the recipe, but the cake turns out rubbery, dry, and absolutely salty, and you have no idea what went wrong. So what do you do in this situation? You don't just give up, right? You just trace back your steps. Did I put too much baking soda? Was the oven too hot? Did I mix the ingredients in the wrong order? What went wrong? You go backward, find out what caused the failure, and make small corrections next time. And that is exactly what neural networks do with backpropagation. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Selena, and in this week's video, we are going to talk about backpropagation, the fundamental algorithm that teaches a neural network how to learn from its mistakes. We'll start with a clear intuition of the idea behind backpropagation, and then we'll move forward to a mathematical breakdown using the chain rule. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how a neural network updates its weights layer by layer using just logic and calculus. Back in the 1960s, scientists were already trying to figure out how to make machines learn. And they came up with an interesting way to figure out how a small change in input could affect the output. And it is sort of like asking, if I add just a little bit more salt, how salty will the final dish be? At that time, data was limited, computers were slow, and AI was still just a baby. But then came the time of 1986, when three brilliant researchers called Geoffrey Hinton, David Rumelhart, and Ronald Williams came up with this amazing paper called Learning Representations by Backpropagating Errors. This paper said that machines could actually teach themselves by learning from their own mistakes, just like humans do. But fast forward to the 2010s, when powerful GPUs came in and we started collecting tons of data. That's when backpropagation became the engine of the AI revolution. Now let us answer the big question, and that is, what exactly is backpropagation? So backpropagation is also called backward propagation of error. Here's the simple idea. You give an input to a network, and then it makes a prediction. Let's say it says that a photo is a cat, but the actual answer was a dog. So now it has made an error. We calculate this error and call it the loss. Backpropagation takes this error or the loss and works backwards through the entire network layer by layer. And at each step, it figures out what weights in the model contributed to that mistake and by how much. Then it changes the values of those weights slightly, so that next time we make a prediction, it is slightly better than the last time. Let me now give you a more formal definition of backpropagation, the one you'll normally find in textbooks or academic papers. Backpropagation is a supervised learning algorithm. It is used to compute the gradient of the loss function with respect to the weights in a neural network by applying the chain rule of calculus layer by layer, starting from the output layer and moving backward to the input layer. Let's break that down quickly. So supervised learning means that we are training with known inputs and outputs. So we know for sure what the correct answers are. The gradient of the loss function tells us by how much change in the input will increase or decrease the error. And the chain rule is the calculus trick we use to link together all the tiny changes throughout all the layers. Now that we know what backpropagation is, let us understand how the chain rule works to get a better understanding of the math behind the gradient of the loss function and how it is backpropagated throughout each layer. Now imagine you eat more snacks, you gain more weight, and your running speed goes down. In math terms, we want to understand how eating more snacks affects your running speed, but we don't know that directly. But what you do know is how snacks affect weight and how weight affects speed. So you chain those effects together, and that's the chain rule. It tells us how a change in one thing indirectly affects another outcome by linking all of them together. Let's apply this to a neural network. So you have a loss. This loss depends on the output activation. Say it's sigmoid. This output activation depends on the weighted input, and this weighted input in turn depends on the weights itself. So to find out how should I change the weight to reduce the loss, we apply the chain rule step by step in terms of partial derivatives. As you can see on the screen, it is made up of three components. So let's break them down one by one. the derivative of the loss function with respect to the output A. So this tells us how much does the loss change if there is a change in the output A, dA by dZ, or the derivative of the output with respect to the weighted input. This tells us how sensitive is the activation to changes in its weighted input. This depends on the shape of the activation function. For example, a sigmoid is more curved or sensitive in the middle than it is in the corners. This is the easiest one. How does a neuron's weighted input Z change when the weight W changes? Let us derive this step by step using a simple neuron setup for better clarity. Let's say you're given the following information. Your input is X, your weight is W. You have a linear output Z, that is W into X, or the weighted input. Then you have the activation function, in this case it is sigmoid. Then you have the target variable Y, and finally the loss function. Over here we are using the mean squared error. Now let's compute each part. So first you have your loss with respect to your activation. Your loss function is half of A minus Y square, for which the derivative becomes, that is the partial derivative of the loss function with respect to the output A. It becomes A minus Y. Next we have the activation with respect to the linear output. In this case it is the sigmoid function, which is as follows: 1 upon 1 plus e to the power minus z, which is the partial derivative of the output with respect to the weighted input, and it is a times 1 minus a. And finally the linear output with respect to the weight, or w into x, that is the weighted input. For this we have the partial derivative of the weighted input with respect to the weights that were input, and it gives us x. Using this you get your final gradient, which looks like this. The derivative or the partial derivative of the loss function with respect to the input weight becomes a minus y multiplied by a multiplied by 1 minus a multiplied by x. This expression tells us exactly how to update the weight during training. In deeper networks, we repeat this same logic again and again using the chain rule layer by layer. So now you know that backpropagation isn't just a trick. It is the mathematical engine that powers almost everything in deep learning, from image classification to language models. And the best part is, when you understand it, you are not just using deep learning, you are beginning to understand how it actually thinks and works. So that was all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it and got to learn something new this week. And if you did, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll be back next week with another exciting video. Till then, thank you for watching and see you again.